Well, I mean, first, I just want to take a second to congratulate, Charlie on her decision to, to retire and everything she's done at Arizona State for the women's program, and it's been terrific, working, with her and her program, in the same building over at Weatherup, for these 7 years, and she's an amazing competitor and an amazing leader. And I think all her stats, speak for themselves in terms of what she's done and the wins and the success. But just an outstanding person and developing young women. So just really excited that she could now have more time to spend with her family. So a little surprised, though. I thought I might be talking about another coach that's heading to retirement this week or pretty soon. I didn't anticipate it being Charlie, because I have talked to a bunch of media about someone else in the South right now that's winding it down this year. But anyway, any questions about the game? I'm open to that.
No, it wasn't a bad first half, but I think the second half you guys really found the groove. What was the difference?
They're going to be very deliberate how they play, and they're coming in here with some confidence. The way they played against Stanford, they were. I think they held them to 39 points. So we know their defense is very good. They run their offense and they make you work on the defensive end, and so it wasn't going to be the kind of game that you're just going to blow a team like that out in the first 6 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes. You just so I think we just stayed the course with the game. I just would have liked for us to finish the half a little better. I think we had it to double figures, and they cut it to 6 at the half. We left a few things on the table, I thought, late in the first half, but otherwise it was a pretty good performance.
It seemed like you guys had a cognizant effort to run off of misses. What did you think the transition opportunities provided your team?
That was probably our best offense, especially in the first half. And again, we didn't want to be in an all-out half-court game with them because it would have been really, really slow. So if we could speed it up a touch, yet still move the ball and take good shots, then it was going to be in our favor. And that's why I think committing to that was important, because a team like that, once we got it to 16, 18, 20, just their style of how they play, it makes it more difficult for them to realistically, get back into the game. So that was important, that we just kept pushing, and thought our activity was very good, with the forcing turnovers. And again, we made a miss. I think they shot 30 for the game.
It seemed like early on you had a great focus on inside game. I think 15 minutes into the game, you guys had only shot 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, well, I think it was 1 for 5 at the half from 3. So yeah, you just got to try and take what the defense gives you, and they guarded the 3-point line pretty well, and we looked in other directions to generate offense.
That was the first team that you've held under 50 points all season. What did it feel, especially in the second half, the way you guys defended?
Yeah, we wanted to come out the first 4 minutes, and we had done that very well our last 2 games. So that was a priority at halftime, just getting stops, and we kept talking in the huddle. I think at the 11-minute mark, they had 8 points in the half at that point, and we were just saying, let's keep them to 1 point per minute, this whole half, and just and we know too at this time of year that we can't afford to just chill the last 3 or 4 minutes. We have to get in the right mindset of playing for 40 minutes, and regardless of what the score says, because we're going to have to play that way real soon, and with everything on the line.
Bobby, after the game in Berkeley, you said that Cal was the hungrier team, the more physical team, the more aggressive team. How much of the polar opposite result of tonight versus 2 months ago is due to that versus just growing as a basketball team?
The guys it's more of an offensive thing. I think Coach Fox has done a really good job of getting those guys to play hard. On film, it shows they really guard, and it showed in their last game versus Stanford. And so, we knew that they were going to be tough, and they played hard, and especially in the first half. I think we had a little more firepower on offense, and we had 30 field goals in the game, which is a lot based on the number of possessions. And for us to shoot up the numbers we shot shows that we're playing better and at that end of the floor, and that's kind of been the difference.
Bobby, I'm just curious if you can hear the chants from the student section to put Bobby in, and if you get a kick out of the applause that he gets when he checks into the game.
Yeah, I was, I was a little bit unhappy at the end with him, and we just had a little talk about it. I turned for a second to go look over towards Coach Fox, and it looked like he was going to try and launch one, which you don't want to do, at the end of a game like that. So, but yeah, we discussed that in the locker room, and he said he was never going to take the shot, so he'll get a pass on that one. But yeah, it's like I said, maybe during the Oregon swing, if the crowd wants, our walk-ons to come in, that's a great sign, and those guys deserve it because they work extremely hard.
Anything else that you talked about? Have you looked at all at Pac-12 seeding scenarios, and even does it matter? I mean, playing Arizona in the second round versus UCLA or somebody.
I mean, a lot of people have talked about that, but I mean, when you look at those top three, I mean, all right, so you avoid Arizona, but you're playing, USC or UCLA. I mean, it's to play that game is it doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll just see how it shakes out, this week, and I just focus on our team and how we're playing and getting them ready to play, and then we'll see what happens.
You guys have won 6 of the last 7. Just what would you say is the cause of that, the surge that you guys are having right now?
It's our defense, the consistency of how we're playing that end of the floor, the intensity we're playing it, and the numbers have been really consistent with it. And then, we're getting more contributions from a variety of guys, and we're getting good balance, and the guys trust each other. So at that end of the floor, we've made enormous strides in the last few weeks. And I always worried, could we score enough points to win a game? And I feel a lot more confident going into games that we could put points on the board. Thank you, guys.